Hello. Hey, it's Paul. I've been absent. Oh, my light is a bit crooked. I've been absent on YouTube for about a week, which is a long break. I don't know the last time I didn't upload a video for a whole week. I usually upload like multiple times a week, if not at least a few times a week. So, a week-long break is a long time, and if you didn't see my community posts, my cousin came over from Chicago, and I've been showing him around Toronto. We went on a historical walking tour, learned about Toronto. One of the things that I learned about Toronto is that Yonge Street, the famous street in the middle that divides the east and west, it was used for military purposes. And at the beginning, a lot of factories were being set up right around Yonge Street. So actually the factory facades are still there on Yonge Street. They preserved that and built the new buildings behind it, or, behind the wall of the red brick factory buildings. There was also a transition from factory buildings to when things started being moved out, where factories were no longer being used in Toronto as much because of outsourcing to other countries and all that. The Yonge Street turned into kind of like old Times Square in New York City, where it was just very brothels everywhere, hooking, I guess, trying a lot of. Actually, there's a sex toy shop that's been on Yonge Street since the 70s. So it's like from that era where there were a lot of some dangerous people, a lot of violence, and apparently the call to change all that and to really reform Yonge Street and around that area downtown was there was like a 10 or 12-year-old boy who was raped and murdered, and that was a big shock to the city at the time. I think this was in the mid 1900s, something like that. So after that, people were calling to reform the area and change it up, and it's been, now it's very multicultural. There are all these different things there from different countries. Like there's a Japanese a doll store where you pick up the claw machine games, and you pick up dolls using the claw machines. There's a pretty big Japanese store on Yonge Street just across the Eden Center, the biggest downtown mall. That's just one of the examples, and there are all these shops and stores from different and foods from different countries as well. So learned a little bit about the history. Also, Yonge Street was falsely known to be, it had the Guinness Book World Record of the longest street in the world, but then they found out that there are some parts that are disconnected. It's not one continuous road. It actually goes up and then it hooks down like a candy cane. But some parts are disconnected, and some parts in the north are, and that hook is a massive hook. Like it spans thousands of kilometers, I think, or yeah, I think more than hundreds. Yeah, thousands of kilometers. Anyways, some parts of the Yonge Street get disconnected, and it's not called Yonge Street in certain parts of in the north. So it was false that Yonge Street is the longest street in the world. So I didn't know about that either. So learned a little bit about that. That was the most interesting part, and the historical tour also went about politicians and churches, which I didn't really care about the history of this church or that church or the politicians. But yeah, learned a little bit about my own city, which I've been living in since 2003. I've been here for 22 years now, calling Toronto home. So cool to learn about that. I also watched the F1 movie starring Brad Pitt and Javier Bardem with my cousin. That was really fun. That was surprisingly entertaining. Even though it was a 2.5 hour movie, it kept my attention. It didn't feel like a drag or didn't feel too long. There were a lot of twists and turns in the movie, and the racing felt really visceral and really gripping. So it was a good movie. Not a movie that I would watch again and again, but for a one-time viewing, I thoroughly enjoyed it. So those are among the couple things. Oh yeah, there was also Little Canada, which is a miniature, like a place where they have all these miniature models of different famous parts of Canada. That was really cool. I had no idea such a thing existed until my cousin looked it up. So that was really fun. And at the same time, it's fun doing all that, but I was so exhausted because I'm so used to just being at home and being with Mochi, Tigger, and Muffin, and not doing much, just going to the gym and back home, and going around doing all these things all day, every day for a few days. That was really exhausting, and I had some nights of very poor sleep, getting only a few hours of sleep, and then some nights, the night after, where I'd like crash and have like a 10-hour sleep, go to bed early, and yeah, so it was like even though I got the 10-hour sleep, I wasn't like fully recovered and feeling fresh. I still felt tired, so it was pretty exhausting. It's fun but very draining. So that's why even yesterday, after I dropped my cousin off at the airport in the morning, I decided not to work on YouTube for one more day, and I just literally sat out in the garden with Tigger for a couple hours and listening to a little bit of YouTube video on my phone and just chilling under the tree in the garden. So that was some well-needed recharge time. But now it is the next day. He left yesterday morning. It is July 3rd, 11:09 a.m. And I felt like this morning, I was like, create. I felt this need to create. So I was like, yeah, I need to get creating again. I need to make these YouTube videos, even if it's a simple update. So here I am doing that, and I've honestly missed it. Not uploading for a while at the same time being a nice break. Now that I've had the week-long break, I feel this pull to come back to recording and uploading, and interacting with you guys. So yeah, I've missed this. I've missed interacting more with my Discord server and interacting more with even the comments on these YouTube videos. So that's a bit of an update of what I've been up to, and yeah, I still feel a bit drained, so I don't know what I have some ideas, but I don't even feel like, for video ideas, I have some video ideas, but I don't even feel like making those videos right now. So this is just a casual what I feel like making, and I think I'm gonna follow that instinct of make whatever I feel like making, even though I have some ideas that could do much better than a simple ramble video like this one. So I'll just follow my gut instinct, and oh my gosh, I'm already yawning. It's only 11 and I slept over 9 hours and I'm still yawning. Okay, well, I'm not even gonna put a pet montage at the end, because I've been putting my pet clips as YouTube shorts. So if you see them on your phone, probably on your phone more than desktop, but yeah, I'm putting the pet video recordings as shorts. So I hope that makes up for the lack of pet montage at the end of this videos. I'll see you, and I'm gonna live stream as well. I'm gonna live stream more too. So I'll see you in a live stream. I might live stream very, very soon, like within the next 30 minutes. So 1% better every day, baby.